So it looks like Israel is tanking the ceasefire deal. Israel's tanking the ceasefire deal. Have the gates of hell opened? Bomb from the air today the food stocks that have already been brought into Gaza. Bomb the food stocks? They want genocide. They want ethnic cleansing. This is the most reprehensible, despicable goddamn thing on the fucking planet. This is fucking sick. There's more stuff here. Let's see here. You've had, they're doing, okay, yeah, No Other Land in the Oscars, right? You just had the Academy Awards yesterday, March 2nd, and No Other Land won. No Other Land is about Palestine. It's a big deal, okay? So here's a little bit of that speech. Am I allowed to play this? I don't know if I'm allowed to play it, so actually I will not play it. But basically, I don't know what, it sounded like this guy was, he was saying that he was, I want to say he's saying he is Israeli and then that he is Palestinian, because he was saying that, well, you got to stop this. There is a different way. And so there was that little speech that just happened there. Alexander Stubb is a breath of fresh air. The Prime Minister of Finland, it sounds like an absolute genius. There is a lot of talk about what had happened between Zelensky and the Fuhrer. The Fuhrer is on the side of Putin. He wants to carve Ukraine up for himself. And he's trying to make a deal with China and Russia, and he's going to try to carve up the rest of the world. But we're talking about Israel. So Israel right now, they're doing demolition, right? This morning the Israelis demolish a farm belonging to the Palestinian Mustafa family in Al-Isawiyah in Jerusalem. So why are we doing this? Why are we financing this bullshit? Like, this is such bullshit. There's a farm. They're going to go in and just look. Oh, you got a farm? Oh, you got some gates? Well, here, I got a bulldozer. And is this still Caterpillar? It would be incredible to think that Caterpillar. And then what, we're supposed to just sit there and watch it? And what, they got troops? Are there troops out there? That's going to make my dogs go crazy, so let's keep that down. But at least, you know, they're like speaking up about it. Like, we got, what, 5 Hyundai? So you got, what, 5, 6, you know, damn fucking big machines that's coming in to tear up a farm. Why are we going to tear up this farm? Well, you know, because it's a farmer, it's family, they're Palestinian, and who gives a crap about their rights, right? This doesn't help this turn into the Riviera, you know. Instead of destroying everything, you can keep all the structure, you know, keep all the structure there. This whole crap of absolutely obliterating a damn city and then building it up from there as if like you did something good. You didn't do a damn thing that's good. You have all those support beams. You got that big shelter right there. They're going to do all those fence lines. And then you're going to need military people to do it because, you know, people won't like this stuff. These are the same machines that ran over Rachel Corrie. This crap has been going on, you know, for 100 years. I just read recently that Hamas was actually promoted. It was promoted by Israel. So Israel actually promoted Hamas in order to weaken the PLO because the PLO was gaining legitimacy. So they were trying to influence some of the more radical groups to take away power from the PLO. Gunshots and a surge of panic. Footage shows the last moments of a 12-year-old boy. Hey, America, why did you just spend $4 billion to kill a 12-year-old boy? Why the fuck is that so fucking important to America? You know, the whole defense of Ukraine, it was very expensive. And a lot of people are saying, is the Ukraine war over? Is NATO over? It's like we're entering into a new age right now. Because even, you know, the conservative German that just got elected, he says, the president or prime minister, I forget what they call their main guy, but his main guy said that they can't rely on America's leadership anymore. So, they have to get their own shit together. But they're in defense of Ukraine. Almost all of Europe is in defense of Ukraine. I think there's only 2 exceptions. Like, Belarus and Slovakia or something. Hungary. So, Palestinian children in the West Bank are being murdered. So, you just had Marco Rubio, who just funneled $4 billion without congressional approval. I thought we were trying to save money. Here. How come Marco Rubio has $4 billion in his fucking pocket? $4 billion. Meanwhile, he goes to Haiti and says that he's going to give, a couple bucks to Haiti. They're absolutely, in dire straits. You got the gangs, but then the gangs are saying that, that the regime, the governments haven't been doing a damn thing, so the gangs are trying to do something, and now they're trying to do a constitutional crisis. So you got, a group that's trying to do the Constitution thing, and then you got the gangs, barbecue. I think whoever actually protects the freedoms of the Haitian people are the ones that the Haitian people should rely on. If barbecue would actually hold elections, if barbecue would write a constitution and a Bill of Rights, barbecue could, do some long-term good. Because a lot of these, intellectual eggheads will get up there. Let's see here. We have, war crime. Israel says it's stopping the entry of all goods and supplies into Gaza. Phase 2 was supposed to be March 2nd, March the 1st. It's already the 3rd of March. These motherfuckers aren't stopping with their fucking shit. And why would they? They just got $4 billion in their goddamn pocket. $4 billion. So, I get criticized by liberals for being on the side of, Ukraine. But I feel like if we're the policeman on the block and we're doing, bad things over in Gaza, then we balance that out with some good, if we're going to be an empire. I don't know, yeah, you want the power, you want to be in a position of authority, but if you're no good at it, then that's going to be, if you're the only policeman on the block and there's crime all over the damn place, and you're preventing other people from being police officers, you're setting yourself up for a fucking fall, like a major fall. Why would anybody put up with that? Why would anybody put up with a bunch of crime on the street and then some asshole saying he's the cop, he's the police officer, and then nobody else could be a cop, nobody else could do anything about the crime, so we have to just allow the crimes to continue, and if we stand up for ourselves, then we have to be worried about the police officer's ego? That's an impossible situation. So I liked the idea of helping Ukraine because, historically we have been helping Europe, and if we're an empire, why not do some damn good? But people are the opposite of that. They say, hey, let's not do any good when it comes to Ukraine, and let's do a whole bunch of evil when it comes to Gaza. So they're going to stop the entry of all goods and supplies. The world is watching and not taking serious actions. I like this lady. Let's listen to this lady here.
People trying to convince me that that's ridiculous. Okay? I am tired of existing in a world where there are dumpsters full of edible food because someone didn't exchange the imaginary shiny rocks for it. Okay? Every single one of our problems can be traced back to capitalism and some asshole who wanted to make more money by doing less, and oh my god, we have enough. We're just not giving it to people. We will do everything but just give people homes and food. You know how much more productive people would be if they weren't spending every minute of their waking lives worrying about how they're going to survive? If you need the threat of starvation and homelessness to contribute to anything, that's a fucking you problem, okay? Get out of my comment section.
So I like that. Get out of my comment section. So,
you just think everyone should have food and shelter? Yes. Yes, I fucking do.
I agree with everything that she says. Yes, everybody should have food and shelter. We're the richest country in the world. And in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we only need a few needs. There's only a couple human needs that need to be provided. If we're looking at bankruptcy, if it looks like we're going to, go bankrupt because we gave some water to some poor kids, okay, then we'll need to pull that back. But the fact that they're going to come after, SNAP benefits, the fact that they're going to go after, you should have free housing, free clothing, free water and food. And yeah, that's not a political freedom, but without life, you don't have any liberty. So we're supposed to protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So let's take a look at some articles about Israel and Palestine right now. So you got the no other land. So that'd be interesting to check out no other land, see what no other land is about. How is Israel violating the Gaza ceasefire deal? That's an interesting article. What is the Gaza ceasefire deal and how many hostages in prison? That's 1 month ago. Where's this thing about Marco Rubio? How come we're not... Israel threatens a second Nakba, yet denies the first ever happened. Marco Rubio just sent $4 billion, okay? So clearly typing in Israel-Palestine into Google isn't help. So let's just Marco Rubio, $4 billion for Israel. How about that? Rubio bypasses Congress to send Israel $4 billion in arms. Well, how in the hell did he just do that? How in the hell did Marco Rubio just bypass Congress, fast-track $4 billion military aid to Israel? Are the Democrats in power? I mean, even the Republicans, do you like that? If you're the Republicans, would you be happy with being bypassed like that? How the fuck does the administration have billions of dollars to just hand off to their buddies and their friends? And then why is America, last? Why are we sucking Netanyahu's dick? Don't we have any pride in ourselves? Why do we keep sucking Israel's dick? Even the old God in the Old Testament would, when Israel did bad, he would say that they did evil in the sight of the Lord. So if the God of the Old Testament can, condemn Israel when Israel's doing bad, why can't America condemn Israel when Israel's doing bad? Okay, even if you want to be friends with a psychopath, you want to be friends with a murderous psychopath, you should actually sever that friendship because they're going to take you down. They're going to take you down. But even if you want to maintain your friendship with the person, do you want them to go down? To think that you're just going to go and fuck over every person you meet and that's going to work out for you, that's stupid. You didn't think that through, did you? You didn't think that through at all. It's like when Bryce Mitchell says, look, was Hitler perfect? That's where he starts out. Was Hitler perfect? No. Okay, Hitler was trash. He was perfect. That's the starting point. Nobody's fucking perfect, Israel's refusal to withdraw from the Gaza-Egypt border threatens crucial negotiations on the second phase of the ceasefire. So I want to talk, Rubio. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced on Saturday that he had signed a declaration to expedite the delivery of $4 billion in military assistance to Israel. They're breaking the fucking ceasefire. They're killing kids in the West Bank. And then they're talking about blowing up the fucking food. So whatever humanitarian aid they were supposed to get in Gaza, and then I thought that I read an article that said that they've released all the hostages. So there are no more motherfucking hostages left. So now that they've given away their leverage, now you're just going to, caterpillar right over Rachel Corrie again. The move is part of the Führer's administration, bolster Israel's security, which has seen nearly $12 billion in major military sales approved since January 20th. $12 billion. $12 billion for Israel, and we got fucking homelessness. We just had 2 kids freeze to death in Detroit. We've had people freezing to death, like 2 in Louisville, 1 in Cincinnati, 1 in, I just keep reading about, and then the shootings. A lot of people are getting shot to death. Why can't we take care of our own people? We can't even take care of our own fucking people, and we're sitting there making, big boy decisions all across the world, but we're getting it absolutely wrong. Ronald Reagan said that bin Laden was a revolutionary freedom fighter, a good man, right? Bin Laden is a good man, says Ronald Reagan, and then Nelson Mandela was a pile of shit. He was a terrorist and Nelson Mandela was the good guy. Nelson Mandela was the good guy and Bin Laden was the bad guy. But for some reason, to Ronald Reagan, he didn't fucking see that. How come? The great Ronald Reagan didn't see that? Rubio stated he'd used emergency authority. What emergency? What fucking emergency? Ukraine is on, the verge of collapse now without the backing of America. Did they save some money? Did they save some ammunition and some weapons? And is Europe going to back them? And where are they going to get that backing out? Once Ukraine is lost, Europe is lost. Rubio stated he had used his emergency authority to fast-track the delivery of military assistance. A key Middle East ally currently engaged in a fragile ceasefire with Hamas in Gaza. On Friday, the Pentagon disclosed that the State Department had approved a potential sale of nearly $3 billion worth of bombs, demolition kits, and other weaponry. You're going to give them some javelins? You're bombing a defenseless people. You're bombing a bunch of people with just rocks living in tents. Yeah, you guys are so fucking courageous. You guys are such incredible. Hey, what's going on in there? The administration notified Congress of these prospective weapons sales on an emergency basis, bypassing the usual practice of allowing the chairs and ranking members of the House Foreign Affairs and Senate Foreign Relations Committees an opportunity to review the sale. Fuck you, Congress. What three branches of government? Well, we're just going to take this money and give it to whoever the fuck we want to. How are they doing this? How are they doing this? By what authority are they taking our taxpayer money? They're taking it, they got rid of USAID, right? So what authority? We haven't declared war on Gaza. By what authority do they have fucking $4 billion? They could take our fucking tax money and then put it into the hands of a bunch of genocidal fucking maniacs. This is Joe Biden 2.0. The same shit is fucking going on. Except the good shit, the good thing where you're defending your neighbor and caring about your neighbors yourself with Ukraine, you're not going to do the good thing, but you're going to carry on with the evil shit. This is America last, Israel first, Joe Biden 2.0. This is sick shit. This is some disgusting sick shit. January 19th ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas halted 15 months of fighting, led to the release of 33 Israeli hostages held in Gaza, around 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and detainees held by Israel. Hours after the first phase of the ceasefire was set to expire, Israel announced it would adopt a proposal by Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff. Let's see, what else do we have here? So yeah, Rubio just went ahead and skipped right over Congress. Why do we need to give a shit about Congress, huh? Who cares about Congress?